Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we are talking about signature scents. Now, I am not a signature scent type of girly, but I was back in the day, and it's nothing wrong with sticking to one fragrance. If you are someone that is easily overwhelmed by options and you find yourself just spending way too much time standing in front of your fragrances, trying to pick the one for the day, it is nothing wrong with whittling things down to a signature scent or just having something as a go-to scent that you wear more often than anything else in your collection. That's fine too. And the thing about a signature scent, it has to be something that is going to be memorable, that leaves a lasting impression from, those who you have come across, or you enter the space and people just associate that beautiful scent with a beautiful woman. All right, and that is exactly what these will do. Now we have so many different options. We have budget friendly, we've got some really beautiful florals, we have some that give to gourmand, and we have again just a mix of everything. So high, mid, low, your budget, it doesn't matter. Fragrance taste, it doesn't matter. Your girl has got you covered. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. Now, because we have a lot of fragrances to get through, I'm not going to spend too much time on all of these, but just know that they're all signature scent worthy, okay? And you need to explore these if you have never tried them and you are looking for something that is very versatile, that you can wear all year, and that just gets the job done. You're going to smell so put together. And the first one that I want to talk about checks all of those boxes, and it is going to be none other than Tardis from the house of CARNER, Barcelona. This fragrance just does something to the men. I don't know what it is. There is something just really chic, white Oxford shirt. She's got some loafers on, some trousers with a good belt. She is just really classy and without even trying, okay? She is just that elegant girl. She's always put together, always. And this is what she is wearing. When I envision someone like that, she's wearing Tardis. This is an easy to wear fragrance that has like this almond heliotrope thing going on. There is a freshness, a brightness to it, but without getting into that citrusy vein of things. If you are not, a clean girly in that way, I feel like something like this could scratch that clean girl itch without it getting into that super light wearing, effervescent citrus aromatic type of style fragrance. Tardis, okay? It's a really beautiful almond forward fragrance again. So this one features notes of almonds, Brazilian rosewood, rose, and geranium in the top. You have middle notes of plum, Virginia cedar, and celery. You have base notes of tonka bean, heliotrope, and musk. I know the notes may sound really overly complex and scary. It is a complex scent, but it wears with ease. It doesn't smell challenging, troubling. It does not give off the air at all. This gives easy, breezy elegance, okay? And this is one you can easily dress up, dress down, go to the gym. You're going out for the night, you're going out for brunch. You will still smell amazing no matter the occasion wearing Tardis. Now, with all of the notes mentioned, the most that I get is going to be the base. You get that tonka, musky vibe. You get a lot of heliotrope, and heliotrope is a note that typically doesn't work out for me a lot of the times, especially when it's very prominent. And here it is quite prominent, and you get a little bit of that, that cedary, woody facet and that almond. So if you are in the market for something that wears beautifully fresh, but also a little nutty and musky, then Tardis is what I recommend, all right? So this one again is from the house of CARNER, Barcelona. Next is one that is going to lend to, fresh, citrusy, slightly woody, but so chic, so sophisticated. And this is Parade, and this is from the house of CELINE. My only CELINE. I do want black tie, but something about this one, it's just, it really does it for me. And this one was a love before I even really fully came around to enjoying citrus fragrances. Citruses can be tough for me, and I never had a problem with this. This just wore so so beautiful. It was a blind buy, a very risky one at this price point because CELINE is not easy to come by. You're not really gonna find it at discounters. You're really not even gonna find it at other retailers. You usually have to buy this direct as far as online. Now, I think you can stop in store and purchase this, like, I wanna say at a Neiman's or maybe a Saks. I have seen these on display, but for me personally, I had trouble finding it online. So I had to buy it direct when I purchased online, but no regrets. So Celine's Parade is going to be all about this beautiful mix of bergamot, just very citrusy forward fragrance for sure, and vetiver. And there is a musky quality about it. So of course, just easy, breezy, fresh, luminous lady is what this, you know, gives you the vibe. And I highly recommend it. It just smells elegant. It really does. I sprayed this around in my living room one day just as a room spray. I know I'm crazy at this price point. Why are we doing that? Girl, I got so many fragrances that is okay. And this guy walked in to, you know, service something in my house. I think the refrigerator appliance, something. And he was like, oh my God, it smells so good in here. This is like his first statement to me after he crossed over the threshold. And he was like, what is that? And I showed him this and I'm just like, it's a perfume, but that's exactly like what you smell in my house. I just sprayed a perfume around. Beautiful. The men love it. You're going to smell very fresh and beautiful, but like money. All right. So again, this one is Celine's Parade. Now, this next fragrance is without a doubt for someone who just wants it a little bolder. Okay. A lot of these fragrances are going to be a little easier as far as, you know, the complexity of it. Lots of, you know, typical white florals, clean fragrances. Like that's pretty much what we have majority wise on this list. But I wanted to include a fragrance that is going to be for someone who loves it bolder, who loves it complex, unique, rose, oud, but wearable every day, every occasion. And Skurso is absolutely that girl. She is a gem. She's unique. No one's smelling like you, but this is a rose oud that wears with transparency. So even though she's loud, you can tone it down by just going very light. Just spray your skin under your clothes, okay? Very lightly, and you don't have to worry about it overwhelming people because this really can get very strong very fast, okay? And that's the rule of thumb for most rose oud combos, but this one just wears with such an opulence and ease at the same time, and you smell so luxurious. This has a very unique scent profile to it, so it's not a safe blind buy. But if you're tired of the rose ouds that you experience all smelling the same and you want something that is very sweet, unique, and versatile, okay, this is, I don't relegate this to fall and winter. I do not. Okay, we are wearing Skurso all year, and honestly, this is probably the only rose oud I will put into that category. So this opens with tangerine and artemisia. You have middle notes of olibanum, narcissus, pittosporum, and rose. And you have base notes of sweet notes, oud, patchouli, and vanilla. Just balanced to perfection. Just one of my like top 5 fragrances, and one that will always be so near and dear to my heart. We on bottle number 2, honey, and I love her down. Skurso from the house of Miller Harris. All right, so let's get into a budget-friendly option that smells like money. Honey, if you put on this fragrance that you can probably get for like $20 at this point because it's so old, but it smells so timeless. Trust me on this one. You can be wearing garments that are worth thousands of dollars. Honey, the handbag, it's giving Birkin, but you put on this $20 fragrance and everything is still going to just line up. It's going to match. It's going to blend. It is going to give. This lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker Eats, okay? If this were in, you know, a Louis Vuitton bottle, honey, everyone would still be paying top dollar because the scent profile on this fragrance is just that good. It has spawned probably about 600,000 flankers from Sarah Jessica Parker at this point. Every season, honey, she's coming out with a new lovely, but this original one, it reigns supreme. You still see people talk about it to this day when they bring up cheapies because it reigns supreme. The note breakdown, complex. One thing about SJP, honey, she's gonna give you a complex scent. She's going to give you something that she would wear. And I can easily see her, you know, just, honey, dressed in the fashions, walking down, I don't know, somewhere in Chelsea, Manhattan, honey, just walking down Fifth Avenue somewhere, and we're smelling like lovely. She has this fragrance on, and this fragrance definitely sings to signature scent, okay? You can be very much so on a date night wearing this. You can be very much so in the boardroom. You are just running your errands, but you want to always be that put together girl, you know, with the gold hoops and, you know, the stacked bracelets, but you just wearing a little two-piece jogger. Put together, provided you have on a scent like this, it's going to elevate the whole look. So I like to describe this as something that is aromatic and woody, okay? And I know that may sound scary. Like, is it going to smell masculine? No, this is ultra feminine. There is like this powdery quality to it because it is musky, and the lavender, it just takes it there. So lavender really does lend to a very unique aromatic quality to a fragrance, and it is often hard to pull off in more feminine leaning fragrances. But if you can pull it off, baby, you got a hit on your hands and you have something that is going to smell just a little unique compared to what everything else smells like, especially in the celebrity, the designer world. This one has a very unique composition. So the top notes of this fragrance are lavender, martini, bergamot, mandarin orange, palisandro rosewood, middle notes of narcissus, patchouli, and orchid, and you have base notes of cedar, white amber, musk, and woodsy notes. It sounds like something very niche and complex just with the note breakdown, and it smells just like niche fragrance. It smells really well thought out, really well crafted, super well blended. It performs, it projects, it lasts, like all of the things without breaking the bank. So if you've never experienced it, start here. This is my very first like legitimate cheapie, I think. Like, I was afraid, like, how good could it smell for this price point? It has to smell cheap. No. It smells very expensive, all right? So again, lovely from Sarah Jessica Parker. Next is going to be for my rose girlies, but not like in a rose oud way. This is just quintessential catnip for men. Someone in the comments recently said something like, I don't know, in my experience, men just really hate rose on women. I don't know what men you've been hanging around, and obviously the woman was not wearing a DELINA of some kind. Now, everything is not going to appeal to every guy, but overwhelmingly, men love a Quentin rose specifically on a woman. I got the original DELINA very early in my perfume journey, and honey, my first time wearing it around my boyfriend at the time, I mean, he was just like, what do you have on? I'm talking about paws all, he could not stop like coming in and sniffing me and smelling me. And first of all, he wasn't even used to like smelling this caliber fragrance on your girl. And he was just really captivated by the scent. And every time I wore it, it was just, I mean, just titillate, okay? Very much so catnip for men. That's what we're going to coin the DELINAs specifically. And if you are looking for one that truly is the most versatile, I feel like the most signature scent safe, like you could wear this every day, honey, all year, and she's gonna eat. Gelina Exclusive. I always go back and forth about which is my favorite. Girl, I don't know at this point, okay? I really do want to say the original one. Maybe it was because the first one I had. Maybe it was because that one was super intro to niche fragrance. It was one of the first 3 that I ever sampled from niche houses. Instantly bought it, okay? Instantly. But this exclusive, something about adding like this powdery quality to a fragrance, it is just going to lend to femininity. I don't care what type of scent it is, honey. If it's a little powdery, it's that much more feminine. And for me personally, I don't feel like the powdery quality of this is overwhelming, but some people think it's just a little bit too powdery for them. If the first DELINA did not work out for you, if the second one is too powdery, I would say go on down to the La Rosé, because it is definitely a more fresher take on the DELINAs, more aquatic, two very versatile. But I don't know how that one is going to stand up in, like, I don't know, if you are having some below 0 days in the winter, it's probably not going to cut through the cold like this one would. But I think this is the most versatile of the three, and it is just simply stunning. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but I mean, you know, if you have been around fragrance for any point in time within the past few years, you probably are very familiar with this one. But one of the most exquisite rose fragrances in my entire collection. And if you're looking for one that just eats every single time, she don't leave no crumbs, honey, okay? Gelina Exclusive by Parfums de Marly. Next is one of the most exquisite white florals that I've ever put my nose on. I have been raving about it since I got it. This one is from the House of Beau. This is Ave Maria, and I think I'm gonna make her the scent of the day when we're done filming. But baby, nothing compares to this. This is a white floral that just transports you. You're going to instantly be teleported to Lake Como. You are on a boat and you are just living your absolute best, luxurious, soft, intentional, slow, sacred like life. And everything that you do in this life that you're in right now, it is just all about you. It is all about your comfort. It's all about luxuriating. And I don't know who actually has this life because of course life is filled with ups and downs and hardships and all of the things, but this one, you're not gonna be thinking about that while you have this on. You are going to be soft, okay? You are living the soft life when you have on Ave Maria. Now, when you put this on, you go to work and you put it on and you know, you have a date night, you're just out, honey, just living life. This is going to just make you feel softer. It's going to give you this very light, feminine energy. And sometimes it is not about the world around us. It is about the things that we do for ourselves, the way we ritualize things in our lives, like a daily fragrance that can just switch up your energy. And that is what we're doing with a scent like this. It doesn't matter about what's going on at work. It doesn't matter what's going on when you step outside that door. It's going to soften you. It's going to make you feel and appear so luminous in your attitude, in the way you carry yourself. And yes, you can get all of this from a fragrance, okay? But it's going to be the how everything, just how you put it all together, okay? A fragrance alone ain't gonna do it, but this is really going to take it all there. And that's what I love about this. This is gardenia. It's dewy. There's a complexity to this. You've got this Merlot note and there's a touch of sweetness, and this is just refinement. 10 out of 10 white floral all day, every day. I cannot recommend it enough. Try before you buy it because it is very pricey, but this one was actually gifted to me by the brand, and once this is done, I will absolutely be repurchasing because this is one I just never want to be without in my collection, period. All right, this one is both from the House of Ave Maria. Next up is one of the most elegant fragrances in my entire collection. Just like, we're not touching her when it comes to elegance. And this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. I have been babysitting these last corners, okay? This last, what, 1/4, probably less than that, of this and Baccarat Rouge. Girl, just get over the fact that you're gonna have to repurchase because I will not have a collection without Gentle Fluidity Gold. I will not have a fragrance collection that does not include Baccarat Rouge. But today we're gonna focus on the good, beautiful vanilla that is not cupcake. It's not sweet. It's not gourmand. It's not vanilla in that way. And when I first smelled this, it was perplexing because that was the only way I had ever experienced vanilla. Vanilla can show up in so many different ways, but baby, the way she shows up in Gentle Fluidity Gold, okay, just everything. This is another one that's going to elevate whatever it is you have going on. Like, I look nice now. I look like casual but still put together today. But when we put this on to top it all off, we have gone to a whole nother tier of chic, okay? And I just cannot get over how gorgeous this smells. And every time I wear it out the house, you better believe a very classy, beautiful woman is going to say something about my scent. She's going to compliment me because that's what classy women do. You see something you like on another woman, you like her fragrance, you're gonna let her know. Because I know I do. And I'm very reserved, very shy. I don't approach people in public. But baby, if there is something that stands out to me about another woman, I'm gonna let her know. And women always just they pay their kudos when they smell this one for sure. So Gentle Fluidity Gold is a very musky, powdery vanilla fragrance. So I would put it in the realm of like maybe a little aromatic fresh. Those are the vibes I get because that juniper berry is very prominent, but it is coupled with a touch of nutmeg in the opening, which lends to the beautiful complexity of it. And nutmeg is a spice that I enjoy in fragrance because it does lend just this warmth without it smelling bold and spicy. It's not like adding, you know, a black pepper note or Sichuan pepper. It really does add a beautiful complexity to a scent. And I love that here. Also, it has coriander. So this is unique when we're talking about a feminine musky fragrance that has coriander, nutmeg, juniper. These are notes that we typically see featured in more masculine leaning fragrances, but this one is absolutely just beautifully done. And it's definitely for, you know, the feminine fragrance wearer. Anyone can wear it, but it does lean feminine. So in addition to those notes I've mentioned before, you also have base notes of vanilla, musk, caramel, and amberwood. And the amberwood, to me, is done in a very light and gentle way. It doesn't overtake the scent. Again, this is a fragrance, much like Revery Rouge, that is balanced to perfection. I mean, the character of this fragrance is just, it is still mind-blowing. Even years later after having this, I cannot get over how refined I smell when I put this on. So of course, it's gonna make a wonderful signature scent because baby, black tie, you can still put this on. You just run into the post office to drop this package off, you can still put this on because you know what, when you walk in, everyone is gonna say, dang, she's elegant. She is elegant. She's classy. She's sophisticated. Love it down because of that, all right? Again, this one is Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. So this next one is for my sweet fragrance lovers. This is a phenomenal designer fragrance that really does live up to the hype in my opinion. This is Bachami, and this is from the house of BVLGARI. Oh my God, they just really did an excellent job on this. This too is another gardenia, so very white floral, but this is got a really sweet powdery vanilla component to it. It just makes it so beautiful and addictive. And if you are someone that knows your man loves a white floral on you, okay, because a lot of men do, okay, and he loves it sweet, honey, he's not gonna know what to do when he smells this one on you because this is literally giving simplicity, but something about the way they have blended this ambery facet, this beautiful gardenia, you know, this lovely sugary sweet vanilla that still speaks to classy. Okay, just because you're sweet, it does not negate class. You can still be very sweet and still smell very elegant. And I think that this is a really refined take on a designer white floral, and she just knew what to do. She clocked in, she knew the assignment, and she got it done. She got it done. Okay, and I would not mind smelling like this every day for every occasion. And that's really what you want to think about when you're thinking signature scent. Can I smell like this every day? Can I smell like this for every occasion? Will it be fitting? Now, you may want to go lighter if you're going somewhere to like the gym because again, it is sweet, but this is exquisite. Okay, get your nose on it if you have not. I know the girlies love this one on social media and I wholeheartedly agree. Again, this is Bachami by the house of BVLGARI. This next one is one that is a little special to me, of course. This is Revery Rouge. This is my perfume done in collaboration with the house of NAVITUS perfumes, and this is just so easy to wear, to love. It's fruity, it's fun, flirty, playful, but there is definitely an air of, you know, very grown up. I would say that some people say they get like these gourmand facets from it. I could see that, but for me personally, I put it into that fruity floral category. So if you know that you are just a lover of that scent profile, like you want to smell fruity floral all year and you want something that really does give you classy fruity floral, then that is exactly what Revery Rouge is. She's got notes of a cherry compote, but a cherry done in a really beautiful way and one that you can still take seriously. I would say that because sometimes the cherry fragrances can get a little fun, playful, youthful, overly youthful. I don't get that here. She's very grown up, okay? It's musky. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. This is a fruity, musky fragrance that it has some, you know, wild strawberry and like this vanilla facet just kind of underlying everything. And I love the way this smells. Again, very versatile. And I think this will make an excellent signature scent for someone who loves fruity floral fragrances. All right. Again, this one is Revery Rouge from the house of NAVITUS. It is a Neiman's exclusive. So be sure to check the description box below for information on how to pick it up. So this next fragrance is a cheapie. You can get it for under $50. And I don't know why I slept so long on getting ANGHAM from LATTAFA. This is going to be their inspired by version of Burberry Goddess. And when I tell you they not only nailed the scent, I would agree with much of social media saying that this one is actually better. It's going to project more. It's just more substantial wearing. And there is just something that much more addictive about the way this wears. I don't know how LATTAFA is able to nail a scent, make it perform better without changing how the scent smells so much. Like usually when you're adding these components to improve the performance of a scent, it inherently does change the way it smells. But for some reason they're able to just balance it all and give us phenomenal dupes. My God. And Burberry Goddess is definitely a scent that I would say is signature scent worthy for a girl who loves to smell sweet, vanilla, but you can still like wear this to work and be taken seriously. Like it's not like, okay, I'm gonna spray myself down in vanilla 28 every day. And there is just something a little bit more sophisticated about a sweet vanilla done in this way, because first of all, it's not overly sweet. Second of all, there is just this underlying unique quality that you get from the way the lavender is done. It's very smooth. This is just screaming quality, but I'm saving my coins. Okay, this is one, I mean, I'm like, how much better could it be? Because if you are not new here, you know I love Burberry Goddess. I love that fragrance, but this is better. This is better, and it's just like there is just this layer of intoxication. I don't know if it's just a little sweeter or what the difference is, but this one is going to have me in a chokehold. I haven't had it long. I got it right before I left for vacation. When I tell you I was utterly obsessed with the way I smelled the couple of days that I gave it a full wear, and worth the hype. Get it in your life. If you are on your last little corner of Burberry Goddess like I was, get this one. It's much better than Athena. I have Athena, hadn't paid it too much attention. This one, she's about to be worn out. Okay, so worth the hype. ANGHAM from the house of LATTAFA. So last but not least is a all-out freshie. I wanted to include a freshie that just speaks to my clean girlies. This is the cleanest fragrance in my collection. It's one of the most feminine, most like elegance in a bottle, but clean. This is soapy. It's aldehydes. It is so hard to describe and put into words how beautiful Blanch is from BYREDO, how it makes me feel, how I instantly feel clean and refined when I wear this. I wear it to the gym because who does not want to smell clean and like their best self when it's trying to work on the body? Okay, I wear this just going about my day, running errands type of scent. But if I have an event to go to where I just want to smell chic, there is no other option. Like this is so gorgeous. If you have never smelled it and you love clean scents, girl, you are just completely missing out. You are missing out, and I'm obsessed. I put my little sister onto this. Y'all, I gotta get the screenshot. This girl has gone through half a bottle of Blanche in weeks. She has not had that fragrance a full month, and I'm just like, are you drinking it? I don't like, what have you done to wear a fragrance down in that manner? And she has a collection, okay? She definitely has like over 50 bottles. It's not as massive as mine, but she has a sizable collection. And for her to be through 3.4 ounces halfway already is insane. But that is how, I mean, you're gonna feel like the 1%. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this scent in particular that is clean. It's not hard to understand, but she is next level. That is what I consider Blanche to be, and we will never part. You will always hear me talk about this fragrance on my channel. I don't care. that has been out for probably over a decade at this point. I don't care. I love it down. And when this is gone, you better believe I will be getting the 3.4 ounce, period. So this one opens with aldehyde, pink pepper, and rose. You have middle notes of peony, violet, African orange flower, and you have base notes of musk, woodsy notes, and sandalwood. If you love a beautifully done soapy aldehyde, not like the Chanel aldehydes, the aldehydes that don't do too much, okay? If you love smelling fresh, if you love, I would say, a touch of florals in there, like there are florals mentioned, but for me personally, none of them stick out. I don't smell a rose peeking out on this. Orange blossom has a very distinct smell. I don't like, this is so well blended. I literally cannot. I cannot. And you need it. Okay, simply put, you need it. All right. So you guys, that is my video for today. Please be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Drop me a line below. If you could only have a signature scent, what would it be? If the world came to that. Hopefully it never does. And let me know if any of these have intrigued you, piqued your interest. I would love to know. And make sure that you are subscribed and that the notification bell is turned on, you guys. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.